a producer I know, successful producer. I will not mention names, but his whole opinion about women on film, from beginning to end, is very brief. He says, women on film, either naked or dead.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human and particularly the of children. Our future is our children.
That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real.
Y'all know Mel Gibson and Oprah Winfrey are no strangers to the limelight. But this time, Mel is making headlines for all the right reasons. He's back in the news as he is relentlessly trying to expose the deep, dark secrets of Hollywood with a lot of famous, controversial figures. Getting caught up in the middle of it all, and guess who's catching a lot of the heat again? You guessed it, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah's name keeps popping up in the middle of all these controversial cases concerning disturbing activities. And these latest allegations against her are probably worse than anything we've heard before. Well, you're not going to believe this, but Oprah is back in the news in yet even more disturbing scandals. She's catching heat yet again for her alleged involvement in the alleged human trade scandal. Mel Gibson, in his relentless quest to shed light on these dark Hollywood skeletons, is exposing Winfrey, revealing to us what might seem to be her actual true nature. Oprah Winfrey's success has been felt all through Hollywood and the world in general, with her generosity helping her impact a whole lot of lives in the world. She is celebrated all over as a huge symbol of compassion for all her charity work, and her success has had her rubbing shoulders with the top most elite figures in showbiz. But here's where it all gets complicated. Despite her successful career and her apparent compassion, Oprah is always getting caught in the middle of some shady business. Mel Gibson is calling her out for being caught in the middle of this storm, claiming she's allegedly complicit in this system that is set out to exploit the most vulnerable in society. Word on the street is that Mel believes Oprah is part of the organized crime ring that orchestrates its heinous activities in plain sight. These criminal organizations apparently get away scot-free, as the alleged perpetrators are protected by their high status in society. Just like Oprah, and Mel is just one of the many voices that are trying to expose this sick power structure.
Yeah, we have to face the fact that the largest consumer of child materials, it's America. So that is a fact. That I got that information from the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
Now we all know Mel has never been the one to shy away from controversy, having an extremely headstrong personality, and never being one to mince his words. Mel is making waves by speaking about the hidden syndicates that apparently exist, hosting the most prominent individuals in Hollywood who perpetrate heinous activities without facing any legal consequences. And what other better way for Mel push this agenda than through his field of niche film? Mel seemingly targeted influential figures, including Oprah in The Sound of Freedom, speaking out about the hidden agenda that ties many of these kingpins to human and trade. Mel reveals how most powerful and influential figures in this industry are shielded by their high societal status and success, which acts as a cover for their horrific crimes.
The fight to end child is a worldwide movement that requires collective effort and a united front. This is just the beginning. Go see Sound of Freedom.
Although a low-budget film, Sound of Freedom holds a powerful message aiming to combat the unspoken reality within the showbiz industry. The film stars a federal agent who is on an unabating mission to save the youth from the harrowing grips of human smuggling in Colombia. The film exposes the brutal world filled with expectation, showing us the unspeakable horrors the young souls had to go through in that realm.
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
For Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces.
As you might guess, the film struck a nerve in the audience and made a strong impact in the entertainment industry. The fans absolutely loved Sound of Freedom, with the film raking up millions despite its relatively low production budget. Here's where it gets juicier. Despite the film's overall success and impact among the fans, it greatly struggled to get into blockbusters and mainstream media. This film, with which is an urgent wake-up call towards the evils going on in the shadows within the industry, seems to have rubbed the higher-upis in the wrong way. Smells like a cover up, don't you think? The big question is, why did the film struggle in spite of its undeniable impact all over the world? Critics were divided on their opinions on the film, relating its struggles with the adverse competition it faced from the Barbenheimer craze. The buzz around Barbie and Oppenheimer could have sucked up all the attention, causing Sound of Freedom to fade silently into the background. In addition to the Barbenheimer buzz, the film might have moved away from the spotlight due to its strong and heady theme, which might be considered cliché and inadequate marketing strategy. Or maybe the audience just wanted to change from the common suffering and action-packed films. However, more critics and fans are looking into this deeper and not just at face value, as the entertainment industry is notoriously known for dictating narratives to suit their own agendas. It is not surprising to find out that influential moguls actually had a say in the movie's success, curtailing it and preventing the film's true meaning from spreading across the industry and beyond. This might just have been a conniving tactic to gag Mel Gibson, therefore protecting their vicious interests and burying the deadly truth even further.
This girl is 14 years old to Mateo. She's been doing it since she was 6. Looks at me, smiles, takes the money, walks out the door.
The child material was being made overseas. So in 2006, the laws changed, and we could go in search of any American who was hurting kids overseas, and we could hold them accountable as if they had committed that.
The plot just keeps getting thicker and thicker for Oprah, as the press and the public are picking apart her supposed friendships with some very controversial figures in the industry. Winfrey seems to be always in close association with very wealthy and powerful figures who have somehow ended up all over the news for all the wrong reasons. It's crystal clear that Oprah had both a professional and personal relationship with Harvey Weinstein, a powerful business mogul who has been facing career-ending charges recently, as many women have come out raising allegations of harassment against him. Weinstein facing claims of gross misconduct in the workplace, with the women accusing them of wanting certain favors to further their careers. Now, y'all figure this has to look bad on Oprah, as Weinstein and her have had a budding friendship for years back, with Oprah pictured spending time with Weinstein on several occasions. The shocking part is Oprah is even pictured acting all chummy with Weinstein, even kissing him on the cheek in one photograph. This definitely raises eyebrows all through the showbiz industry, making us wonder if indeed Oprah actually knew what her buddy was up to, or even worse, might have had a hand in it.
Do not need to hear what he says, and you could say it before or after this thing, but I don't need to hear it, thank you, because I know what he did, and we all do, okay? All of us women and as victims specifically, and there's a lot of us, a lot more than people would think. I was in Hollywood since I was 15. I know these people like the back of my hand. So when I see their lies, and I hear their complicity, and I hear them covering for each other, and I think, you know, it was the goddess's way of protecting me that I wasn't mentioned at the Oscars or at the Golden Globes.
Y'all, it gets even crazier, as Oprah also has had a very close relationship with none other but Shaw Diddy Combs, who is facing incriminating charges and was indicted quite recently. Oprah and Diddy have been friends forever, building their names and careers side by side. Oprah is pictured with P. Diddy countless times seen having fun together. It is rumored that Oprah took part in Puff's infamous parties and might have even been part of the ring. And this makes us ask even more questions, as we all think there's no way Diddy did all his nasty activities without Oprah being privy to them. And that's not all. Winfrey also had a close relationship with Bill Cosby, pictured with him on various occasions, seemingly enjoying each other's company. Well, we all know about the infamous Cosby story, where he was accused of raping many of the young actresses. He was working with Cosby's success and high status in society let him get away with these terrible crimes for years. But finally his goody-goody facade was torn down, and the world was taken back by the megastar's true facade. This makes us extremely skeptical about Oprah and how much she knew, and it's not looking good. For the a huge star, but wait, it gets even messier. Oprah also allegedly had a long-standing professional and personal relationship with the infamous pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, who blew the world by storm. When the Epstein Island scandal hit the tabloids, it is rumored that Oprah Winfrey was in cahoots with Epstein and his pals, controlling and conducting the wicked smuggling and young innocent souls.
He's dead, but he did not act alone. None of them have been held accountable.
Start digging into his life, pulling out this spider web of people.
There's still more. One of the most recent scandals involves Oprah and the Brazilian spiritual healer John of God. Oprah featured JN on her show and even personally traveled to Brazil to experience his so-called healing powers, calling it a profound experience. This influenced people into believing in the so-called healer even more, as he was termed as an entity who could summon magical spirits and use them to heal the sick. But things went south really quickly, as women soon started coming out accusing the healer of raping them under the guise of healing Jonna. God was arrested and convicted in 2018, which tarnished Oprah's image even more, as many saw her as an enabler and corroborator.
He's known as John of God, a celebrity faith healer whose followers claim he can miraculously cure diseases such as cancer. But now, the once beloved guru is accused of hundreds of women, and that's not all.
It was created by men like him and his accomplices to protect him. And I know right now of a woman who's somebody. It's gender neutral. It's abuse of power. If there were more women in power, maybe we'd see more parity on that side.
So get this, Oprah established a learning institution in South Africa in 2007, aimed at offering opportunities to young gifted girls. The institution was meant to grow and mentor young minds, teaching and pushing them towards achieving their full potential. But oh, were we fooled? Oprah's school has been shrouded with controversy after controversy, facing its fair share of troubled headlines despite its promising start. The school has faced disturbing incidents that have tainted Oprah's image. Even more rumors of missing children emerged, and many cases of mistreatment within the institution were brought to light. And that's not all. One of the employees was rumored to be having inappropriate relationships with the young girls within the institution. And another shocking incident occurred in 2011, whereby one of the young students was found in possession of a newborn baby, a discovery that revealed the girl had given birth on campus. All this grossly tainted the image of the institution, which was also rumored to be a front for young ones, selling them into a life of exploit. All these incidents in her school have just added another layer of controversy around her, making everyone rack their brains even more as we all try to figure out the truth behind the famous mogul.
Oprah's Leadership Academy, a school for girls in South Africa, has been hit with another sex scandal. Now, 7 students have been suspended for allegedly some other students. Oprah Winfrey today released a statement to showbiz.
Well, Mel Gibson is just one of many who have decided to speak out against this terrible cabal of stars who are hiding behind their successful facades. Many other actors and artists in Hollywood have publicly voiced out their distaste for Oprah, calling her out on her alleged evil ways. This famous actress has been vocal against Oprah, calling her out as fake onks, saying that she is driven by personal gain rather than genuine compassion. Rose accused Oprah of turning her back on Russell Simmons' evils, claiming she supported a harmful power structure in order to boost her influence. Instead,
that it's not just Harvey Weinstein at all. It's like a lot of people are participating in this.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Yeah. Which is a cult.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the point.
Exactly. So
at what point do you recognize it's not just this creepy movie mode?
In the wake of Diddy and Weinstein's charges, the famous singer Seal came out guns blazing, blasting Oprah for associating with these controversial bigwigs. Seal took to Instagram, posting a picture of Oprah and Weinstein with a wild caption that basically blasted Oprah for associating with Weinstein. He insinuated that Oprah was in the know about everything that Weinstein did, making us wonder if Oprah really knew what was going on in the shadows.
Hi everyone. First of all, let me apologize for the delayed response, and secondly for the less than perfect lighting. I'm out in the Alps and I just got home after a day's riding, so please bear with me. Now let's get straight to it. Let me start by saying that I have an enormous amount of respect for everything that Oprah has achieved and contributed in her life. What I reposted was not an attack on Oprah at all. She just happened to be the person photographed with the pig in the picture. No, what I reposted was commentary on the hypocritical and double standard nature and behavior of Hollywood. So Fox News, back off, but I'll get to you later. Next, to those of us who support the Me Too movement, just know this: not one of the women who have come forward has received any real justice whatsoever. Losing your job because you either A, raped, B, or even a woman is not real punishment. You steal from the post office, you go to jail. And hashtag real talk for a second, we all know what would happen to any one of those power abusers if they looked like me. Next, somebody posted a comment on this post calling me an Uncle Tom, saying, quote, they were disappointed to see a brother tearing a sister down, end of quote. So let me get this straight. In order to promote social awareness dialogue on this particular subject, I repost, not create, but repost a meme that appeared on my social feed, and now all of a sudden it's a brother tearing down a sister issue. Let me make something abundantly clear to you. I am English born, but don't get that baby kiss from a rose stuff twisted. See these scars on my face? My parents are from Africa, more specifically Nigeria, and I am about as black as you will ever get. Next, Fox News. Don't try and use me as a pawn against Oprah and in any of your political games. And Stacey Dash, keep my name out of your mouth. Do not retweet, requote anything I have said in order to reinforce your self-hating agenda. You live in the sunken place. Again, this was not an attack against Oprah. This was an observation of the toxic nature of Hollywood, and I believe that a conscious people are a progressive people. Next, to all of you who have been sexually abused, I applaud you for coming forward. What you did takes real courage. And please keep showing that courage, and please keep coming forward, because that's the only way that we get to solve this thing. We talk about it, we open dialogue, we solve it. For the rest of us, I've got some new ones for you. How about hashtag we all knew? How about hashtag tell the truth? How about hashtag accountability? Seal out.
Well, a lot has definitely been brought to light by Mel Gibson and his new film, and also by other famous individuals in the showbiz industry, which put Oprah and her counterparts in a very compromising situation. This only makes us wonder if there truly exists a syndicate where all these powerful figures actually control these delectable activities. Do you actually think that Oprah, having been associated with all these controversial names, is innocent and was completely in the dark about all these harrowing activities happening in Hollywood? Tell me what you think down in the comment section. And now, let's talk about another industry whistleblower who tried to warn us about Oprah.